You're welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a list of bakery equipment that every beginner need to have. Now, I'm also going to make it broad. I'm going to mention some other equipment that you will need later, as you progress, as you grow. So I hope every beginner will stick to the end of this video because there are a lot to learn in this video. I'm going to explain deep secrets that every beginner will need in order to kick off in his or her bakery business. Having said that, let's go straight to the video. Now, the first equipment we are going to look into is the oven. This is very, very important because without oven, there's no bakery. So you need an oven. Now, there are different types of oven. We have the rotary oven and the deck oven. The rotary oven rotates inside slowly and make the heat to go evenly. Now, this rotary oven is very expensive and I do not recommend it for beginners unless you have the financial ability, enough capital to purchase a rotary oven. Now, let's look at the deck oven. The deck oven are of two types. Number one is the electric deck oven. It could be 2 tray, 1 deck, or 4 tray, or 6 tray, 2 decks, or 9 tray, 3 deck oven. Now, I recommend the 9 trays, 3 deck oven, whether gas or electric. Now, how do you know the one among them, whether you should buy gas or electric? Now, let's look at the location of your bakery. That is why, as a beginner, you need to stick to the end of this video. The location of your bakery will determine the type of oven you should buy. Now, if you are located or in your country, wherever you are watching me from, you have constant power supply, it will be a very big mistake for you to buy gas oven. So if you're having constant power supply, then you should go for electric oven. Now, if you are located in an area where there is no constant power supply, if you are having epileptic power supply, then you should go for gas oven because it will be more economical. So you get the point. Now the next one is your mixer. There are two ways you can actually prepare your dough. The first one, you can use the local milling machine. That machine has rollers connected to a double flying wheel or a grinding machine, a powerful grinding machine or strong grinding machine. Now, when those rollers are triggered and they roll, you put in your dough, bring it out, put it there, bring it out. It will mill your dough and give you a smooth dough. Now, the spiral mixer carry out mixing and kneading the same time. So if you have the capital, you should buy the spiral mixer. Now, one of the advantage of the spiral mixer over the kneading machine or the milling machine is that the spiral mixer gives you more loaves compared to the milling machine. We have seen the oven and the mixer. Now you will need a generator to power the mixer. If where you are located, where the bakery is located, there's no constant power supply, you will need the generator. Now this is another technique you need to consider. This is another thing you need to consider. Now if where you are located, there's no constant power supply, you will still need a generator, a moderate sized, medium sized generator to power your mixer. While you buy the gas oven, this will be economical because you just put on the generator, maybe fuel generator, petrol generator, to mix your dough. After mixing, you put it off and then you do the remaining work, put it into the oven and use gas. It will be more economical rather than burning diesel, because it will take a bigger generator to power the oven. So if you are to burn diesel to power the oven and the mixer, you will spend more. Let's look at the next thing that you need is your scale. After mixing, you need to weigh. There are those that think that they count themselves as expert and they cut without weighing. They just cut using hand, to assume that they are equal. They can never be equal. You are wasting money. So use the scale and go for accuracy. That is it. Go for accuracy. That way you will have more loaves. I tell you the truth. I'm telling you from experience. So scale is very important. Now there are different types of scale. Go for the digital scale. Don't go and buy that one that has arrow, that almost like manual scale. No, don't buy that. Get the digital scale, put battery or rechargeable scale. It will give you good and accurate measurement that will in turn affect your profitability. Now let's look at the next thing, which are pans. You will need pans for your bakery. Now I want to share with you some secrets that you need to know. In every location, especially in Nigeria, you have already existing bread. There are already existing bakeries everywhere. Now if you step in, you will sink. You may not survive it because the competition is tense. This is a strategy you should use. If in that location where you want to site your business, you have this jumbo size, you have round bread, you have the sliced bread, and you are opening a bakery, you go the same way, producing jumbo size sliced bread and the round bread. You will not make it, because those ones, they are been in the business, they are formulated and mastered their recipe. The people are used to their recipe. So when you bring your own, it will be difficult to be accepted, and that you will face some challenges. Now what you should do is to come up with your own design, your own shape of bread, your own flavor formulation. That is why you need training. That is why we train people. So you go in there. Let me use instance for an instance. Let me give you an instance in Nigeria. There have been rolls in Nigeria, different types of meat roll, fish roll, different types. Someone sat down, looked at the market, and came up with gala, a baked gala, and that person made billions of naira. Do you know why? It was strange. It was new in the market. The same thing with noodles. Indomie it will forever remain, because every noodles in Nigeria is described as Indomie. That is how they dominated the market. So when you come up with your own shape and design of loaf, you will penetrate. That way you will now later be shipping in the conventional sizes of loaf. You can come up with your coconut bread in different design, different baking style. You can come up with your fruit bread. You can come up with one strategy. You must bring up, come up with one design, or even a style of molding can change your bakery. This is a secret that you must learn in order to succeed in the bakery industry. Now, having said that, let's look at the next machine, which is your slicing machine. If you want to produce bake, sliced bread, you need a slicing machine to slice your bread evenly and easy, to slice. Very easy. Just put it on, put your bread there, and it will do the work. Now, the next equipment, let's look at your rack. After production, you need to arrange them in a very beautiful, nice rack. You don't just buy anyhow rack. You need to get a rack that will, the bread will be easily, be ventilated, so that it will not sweat. It will not, the vapor coming out from the bread after baking will not in turn be trapped and wet the surface of the bread. That can cause bread spoilage. Now, having said that, you still need knives for your cutting, cutting of your dough. And these are the major equipments you need. Now, there are other equipments you will need, like during the rainy season, or where you are washing meat from, the weather there, you always experience cold. There are always cold weather, cold conditions. Then you will need a proofing machine. The proofing machine helps you to it helps to create an optimum temperature for the yeast to be active and do it, so that will in turn make the dough to rise fast. So if you are in that type of environment, or during the rainy season, even in Nigeria, you will need a proofing machine to meet up production. So it's optional. You can do without it, but it's important. Now, inside the proofing machine, there is water, and then there is a heat source. The heat source heats the water and creates vapor. That vapor, goes up and create that temperature, optimum temperature for the yeast to kick, to make the bread rise fast. So you can either buy it, or you can start your bakery without a proofing machine. We also have the dough divider. Assuming you have grown to the point that you want to bake up to 5, 10, 15 bags a day, then you will need a dough divider. All you will need, get your scale, your dough divider. Now your dough divider will help you to split the bread into those smaller units, smaller portions for you to mold. So Dough divider is very important, but it's optional. It's for those that have grown, not for beginners actually. Now the next one we should also consider is the dough molder. The dough molder help you to roll and give your bread, your dough, the shape you want. It molds your bread very fast. So if you are, you have grown and you want to produce fast, in order to avoid some, large number of employees in your bakery, not to employ too much, just get a dough molder. It will help you to do the molding work. These are optional. Now if you need a proofer and you don't have money to buy a proofing machine to help the dough to rise fast, get a nice rack, arrange your dough there. After panning, arrange your pans there very well. Buy a tarpaulin, and on that rack, get a bulb at the base. There should be a bulb and a bowl of water. So that bulb will hit the water, and when that bulb hits the water, the vapor will be generated. Now while the thing is all, covered with tarpaulin, the vapor will be generated, and the temperature for the yeast to act will be created, and a proofing machine is out. You get it done. So you must not save millions to buy proofing machine. You can actually turn your rack. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. It will motivate me. It will motivate me a lot. If you subscribe to this channel, it will motivate me a lot. Subscribe, share, drop your comments. We need 1,000 likes, at least 1,000 likes for this video. It will give us more energy to create videos. I promise you I will give you tips on how to preserve your bread for at least 1 month. That is the banger that is coming up in our next video. So subscribe for more. God bless you. Try your best. Call us for training and we'll give you the best. See you in our next video. Bye.